Hi friends, I hope you all are keeping well. In this small video, I am going to explain you a small topic. We already in our live classes learned the Stone Age man. He was a food gatherer and he wandered from place to place. Or in other words, he followed a nomadic life. The question here, why is the early man a nomadic life followed? Or why he was a nomad? We want to find out the answer for this question. Briefly, I can explain why the people of the early days or the Stone Age, they followed a nomadic life. The story is going to the Stone Age. There the people they lived in small groups, not in a big group. And they collected the foods, whatever the things available from the nature. Here he reached one place and he collected all the fruits or the leaves or nuts or whatever things he required there, he collected. And soon, maybe the old things finished in that region. Then, the tomorrows, what he can eat. He want to go another place. He want to find out another place wherever his foods were maybe available. So, in search of that foods, he moved from one place to another. The second reason. May at another one. How is that? It is like that animal life. Something related to animal's life. You know, animal life, they too never living anywhere permanently. They too move in search of their food. The animals, some of the animals, they are eating grasses or the plants. Some other animals, they are eating the flesh of small animals. Anyway, the grass eating animals, in search of the grass, they are moving from one place to another. The flesh eating animals, in search of these grass eating animals, they too followed them. You know, early man, he was a hunter and a gatherer. He hunted various animals. For hunting these animals, he too followed the way of the animals. The animals are moving in search of their food. Like that, the human also may move from one place to another in search of that animals. So he not settled anywhere. The third reason is there. I expect maybe this is the reason why the man, he moved from one place to another. It is like that the plants, they are not producing the fruits in all the 365 days. Each plant, they produce their fruits in particular season only. The early man also, they collected the fruits from that particular plant. And when is the season over or season finished, then from that plant he is not going to get anything. Then he want to find out another plant, it provide him the food. So the next season he want to move to that area, wherever that in that particular season the fruits or the nuts or any other things available there. So season to season, he moved from one place to another. Then one more reason is there, maybe. That is in search of the water. You know, the human life, the importance of the water. The present day we are using the water for various purposes. For drinking, or our domestic purposes, our agricultural purposes, or the industrial purposes. So various purposes we are using the water now. The early human, he need the water only one purpose, that for drinking. Most of his water sources may be perennial on that day. But perennial source of water, that means that source of water like the rivers or lakes or the ponds, etc., having the water only during the rainy season. During summer season, maybe there is no water in the lakes or the rivers or the ponds, etc. So when either summer comes or the water source they dry, then he want to search another source of water. In search of that water, he moved from one place to another. Now we see that why is the man he moved from one place to another. First reason like that, due to the scarcity of the food in one place, he searched that food in another place. Second reason, he followed the animal and their way. Third one, according to season, he moved from one place to another. And the fourth reason, in search of water, he moved from one place to another. Like that, he moving and he followed a nomadic life. But later he settled somewhere. How he settled there? After the discovery of agriculture. Now, the beginning of farming. What was the story of the beginning of farming? It is a story like that. These everything are only the conclusions of the archaeologists. How is that? This was also a time when either several grain-bearing plants or grasses, including rice, wheat, barley, or maize, it grew naturally in particular environments. Men, women, children, all collected that grains from that plants. Also they learned where these plants are growing, when they are growing there, when its grains are ready for consuming there. Like that they acquired various knowledge. When he learned this knowledge, when he got this knowledge, what happened here? He began to think, why we cannot produce our own? So he collected some of the seeds and he planted that seeds, and that was the beginning of agriculture. Then how he started domestication of the animals? It is also like that. The many of the animals, he came near to his camp, near his shelter. And the human or early man, he provided some food or served some food to that animal. Many of the animals came near to his camp and ate that food. And he saw the fun of that feeding the animals. And he provided me again and again the food to that animals. Some of the animals began to show the loyalty to him, like the dog. Or some animals, they are grass-eating animals, they are so gentle in behavior. They not attacked him. They waited to get some food from that man. Slowly, he provided the food to that animal and protected that animals from the other wild animals. So slowly, this animal began to live with him, and that is the domestication of the animal. Anyway, now man learned the domestication and the farming. When he learned the farming, now he cultivated something there. But the plant not produced the grains immediately. He needed to stay there for weeks or months or several months or years for collecting the grain from that plants. He made small shelters nearby that area where he planted the things. and he protected the plants, and he took care of the plants, like that watering, like that feeding the plants, like that driving away the animals to come to destroy the plants. And he lived there and collected the grains of the plants. That was the beginning of the villages. The people lived together and they made their own small huts and they lived there. A village life or a settled life started there. And they collected the grains. You may ask why the people collected the grains. The people collected the grains. The four purposes. First of all, that is as a food. They collected all the grains as a food for them. Second, they collected all the food as a seed for them. Third, they collected the grains as a gift to somebody else. The fourth one, they collected the grains just to store and use in the future days. Like that, he started a settled life and lived a happy life. I hope you too happy of this knowledge. We will meet again with new topics in our next video. Thank you.